bacteria and yeast safely. This new technology has proven itself to be a formidable weapon against bio-threats of today and tomorrow. The new Silver Solution Gel has been shown to disinfect topically and keep the area sanitized for up to 4 hours. The new Silver Solution is a highly effective, potent nanoparticle solution that is lethal to bacteria, yeast, and viruses. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and see the amazing line of products they have available. Check out the patented new Silver Solution today. Click on the link and check out the uses for new Silver Solution. Order this extra line of defense today by going to supernaturalsilver.com. That's supernaturalsilver.com today.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Syndicated across the United States and simulcasting right now over the web at prisonplanet.tv. I'm Alex Jones, and for the next few segments, we have John Rhys-Davies coming on, and then later we have the director and producer of the film Reclaiming the Blade coming on the radio show as well. When the director contacted me and said he liked the radio show and that he'd like me to see his film, I was flattered. I had a chance to see it. It's really the history of swords, the whole culture, chivalry. And then when I saw that John Rhys-Davies was in it, this is the guy who's plays one of the main characters in some of the Raiders of the Lost Ark films, like the original, and then also the one where they're looking for the Holy Grail. He's Gimli, my favorite character in Lord of the Rings, and so many other big films and Shakespearean productions. And he joins us from the Isle of Man, where my friend Rick Linklater just finished shooting a film about Orson Welles a few months ago. I've never been to the Isle of Man, but I'm told it's very interesting. And it's just great to have Mr. Davies on with us. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
It's my pleasure to join you. As I said, it's a beautiful evening here in the Isle of Man. The sun is setting over the Irish Sea, and it's a nice, clear evening. Bit of cloud in the sky, but it's warm and pleasant and just beautiful.
Well, it's great to have you here. You don't really need any introduction, but tell us, how did you get involved in this documentary film, Reclaiming the Blade?
Well, I get sent a number of scripts, some of which are very good, some of which are pretty mediocre. This one really stuck out like a sore thumb. When I say a sore thumb, I mean a very golden thumb. It was on a subject that I'd not seen covered before, and it had a lot of material in it that I thought was unique and fascinating. Anyone who's interested in history at all will be interested in this extraordinary documentary. The sword is such an elegant symbol of so much, isn't it? The sword is a symbol of the cross. The sword is man's means of protecting himself. The sword is it's a symbol of justice. The sword is generally double-edged. The sword it would be the state of the art of metallurgy in any civilization. I mean, there was a fascinating story the other day. There's a very great Viking sword maker, and he signed some of his pieces. But some of them were puzzling to archaeologists because there were fragments of them. And they did some metallurgical analysis, and they discovered that somebody somewhere had been forging this swordsmith's work.
Ah.
They had produced a marvelous cutting edge with the steel that they'd produced, but it was just too hard. The real stuff was forged from the right sort of ore, brought all the way from Afghanistan, would you believe? The local stuff that had been passed off by this swordsmith was indeed very pure iron, very pure steel, but it was fragile. So imagine you spend a fortune buying this legendary swordsmith's work, and the first time you're in battle battle and you smite your enemy's sword, your axe shrivels up into a pile of little shards, and you think, oh dear. And the other guy looks at you and smiles and comes towards you.
Man, I was almost taken away there. I was imaging all of this and forgot I was on the radio.
It's great stuff. In a way, technology is always at the cutting edge of a civilization. And sadly, of course, much of that technology is war-inspired. But the sword was a great...
All right, Mr. Davies, we've got a break. John Rhys-Davies is our guest. This film's amazing. It's got the Sword Master from Star Wars in it. Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones, and I want each of you to ask yourself this question. Do you really know what's in your tap water? In a recent study conducted by a major environmental auditor, they found that over 260 chemicals and pollutants are present in municipal drinking water. Many of these chemicals are directly linked to cancer, reproductive, immune, and developmental system diseases. Now, what are you going to do about it? The Ecola Blue atmospheric water generator is a low-cost way to take back control of you and your family's drinking water. The Ecola Blue 28 produces up to 7 gallons of water from the humidity in the atmosphere and uses state-of-the-art carbon filtration, reverse osmosis, and ultraviolet light sterilization techniques. That's right, clean water right from the air you breathe. Order today by calling 1-800-691-6043. That's 1-800-691-6043. Or visit Ecola Blue on the web at www.ecoloblu.com today. That's ecolablue.com. This is Alex Jones, and I want to tell you again about a company that has supported us in the truth movement for years. Inner Health Botanicals. This company produces the highest quality superfood around, called Inner Food. My wife just loves the stuff. And now the health ranger, Mike Adams, has awarded Inner Food his Editor's Choice Award for Best Superfood of 2009. Inner Food is loaded with 20 great organic ingredients. No fillers, no sweeteners. It would be impossible to blend this up for a better price, and their formula really works. This is the real thing for the great health you need. Try the Nutra Cafe, their great organic coffee infused with polysaccharides that boost the immune system. A truly healthy coffee that tastes great. And take it from me, folks, it really does taste great. Don't forget to try their other great products. Go to www.enerfood.com. That's www.enerfood.com. Or just click on their banner on Infowars.com for special pricing.
Finally in the news this evening, it's being reported that cyber spies from Russia and China have now penetrated our power grid. Even as energy experts are reporting that each summer we get closer and closer to the limits of our nation's power grid, some say that this summer's demand for electrical power may finally push the grid over its edge, creating a cascade of power outages across the country, putting us all in the dark.
Are you prepared for the next round of storm-related outages or government-created blackouts? Have you ever thought about taking steps to get off the grid and generate your own private supply of electrical power? If so, this will be the most important information you have ever heard. Solar-powered generators are finally available. They have no moving parts to wear out or break and require absolutely no gas whatsoever. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Check out mysolarbackup.com before you lose your power.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Well, he played Sala in the first big mega hit, Raiders of the Lost Ark. And, of course, he was Gimli the Dwarf in Lord of the Rings and so many other huge movies and a lot of other productions as well. And he's in this new film, Reclaiming the Blade, reclaimingtheblade.com. And we have Daniel McNichol coming on a little bit later to join both of us here in this hour. He joins us, of course, from the Isle of Man, and it's great to have John Rhys-Davies on with us, who needs no introduction. But for folks watching us as we stream over the web, we'll put his picture up on screen. I've got so many questions. During the break, I was bringing up the fact that Mr. McNichol told me that this does have somewhat, not even of a political message, but of a liberty message, a freedom message. with his reclaiming the blade and about how this was something to fight back against corruption, oppression, how that freedom, that skill was lost. I guess the whole history of the blade and the sword